Hi everyone, so today we're going to finish off our three-way Democratic primary race between Bernie Sanders of Vermont, Joe Biden of Delaware, and Kamala Harris of California. Right now I have the aircon on, so hopefully you can still hear me. Today we're going to be finishing this off starting with the state of Minnesota. Yeah, we're just going to go through Minnesota and then all the way. We're going to go pretty much the Rust Belt, then the Rust Belt kind of in this general area, then up to the Northeast, right, then into the Northeast, and then we're going to come down the Eastern Seaboard, and then we're going to finish off with the South. So pretty much Rust Belt, Northeast, Eastern Seaboard, South. So we see Bernie Sanders winning with 46 delegates, so quite a decisive win there for the Vermont senator. Joe Biden getting 12 delegates, Kamala Harris winning the rest. In the state of Wisconsin, Bernie Sanders wins with 42 delegates. 42, there we go. Joe Biden getting 35, Kamala Harris getting shut out in Wisconsin. In Michigan, 64 delegates going to Joe Biden, the rest moving to Bernie Sanders. Okay, that's Michigan. Illinois, there we see Bernie Sanders winning with 80 delegates. Oh, we can't get to 80. Okay, well then we'll just have to go off Joe Biden. Hopefully they'll let us do Joe Biden. 75. Oh, it won't let us do either. So that's great. I wonder if we can do that and then have Minnesota, like, I don't know if that'll like change anything, but in Illinois, Joe Biden getting 75 delegates. Yeah, so that's not gonna work. So we'll just have to do an average. So Bernie Sanders getting 80. Yeah, we can't get it into 80, so we'll just have to do 81. Joe Biden gets the rest, and then in Indiana, the correct one was 80 delegates for Bernie Sanders, but, sorry, not 80 delegates. Sorry, Indiana got 40 delegates for Bernie Sanders, 30 for Joe Biden, but since we had to plus one, minus one here, it's actually meant to be in Illinois, 80 to 75, so we plus one, minus one for Bernie Sanders. So here, I don't know if that all makes sense, but okay, now it's all evened out. Okay, Ohio is the next state. 67 delegates for Biden. 67 for Biden. 67 for Biden. Bernie Sanders gets, hang on, Ohio. Oh yes, Ohio. Joe Biden gets 67. Bernie Sanders gets 48. Kamala Harris wins the rest. That's in the state of Ohio. In Pennsylvania, just Biden and Sanders here, 86 to 67 for Joe Biden. So that's 86. Yeah, we can't get to that again, which is really annoying. 67 for Bernie Sanders. And we can't get to that either. So, they're 86 to 67, so we plus one minus there in favor of Joe Biden. So we'll have to, Kentucky is 25-21, so it's actually 26-20. There we go. Okay, now it's all evened out. West Virginia, 16 to 8 in favor of Bernie. 16 to 8. There we go. Okay, in Virginia, 43 to 41 to 15 in favor of Biden, then Sanders, then Harris. 43 delegates for Biden. 43 for Biden in Virginia, 41 for Sanders, 15 for Kamala Harris. There we go. Okay. Next one, New York. Actually very, very close here. I have it as 113 to 111 in favor of Joe Biden. So he barely wins New York like that. Okay. The next state is Vermont. In Vermont, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris both split the establishment vote. They both get about 12%. And if you get less than 15%, you can't get any delegates. So Bernie Sanders gets all the delegates in Vermont. In New Hampshire, 11 delegates for Sanders and 9 for Joe Biden, 4 for Kamala Harris. There we go. The state of Maine, 15 for Bernie Sanders, 9 for Joe Biden. 15 for Bernie Sanders, 9 for Joe Biden in the state of Maine. In the state of Massachusetts, 50 for Bernie Sanders, 41 for Joe Biden. 50 for Bernie Sanders. There we go. 50. 41 for Joe Biden. In the state of Rhode Island, 12 for Bernie Sanders, 9 for Joe Biden. 12 for Bernie Sanders, 9 for Joe Biden. The state of Connecticut, 25 for Bernie Sanders, 24 for Joe Biden. 25 for Bernie Sanders, 24 for Joe Biden. Very close in Connecticut. In New Jersey, next page. In New Jersey, Joe Biden wins big. 57 delegates for Joe Biden. There we go, 57. 57 for Joe Biden. 33 for the Vermont Senator, Bernie Sanders, and 17 for Kamala Harris. Okay, Delaware. In Delaware, this is Biden's home state. 14 for Joe Biden. Bernie Sanders barely gets on the board here with 3 delegates. The state of Maryland, in Maryland, 42 for Bernie Sanders, 42 for Joe Biden. He wins 37. Hang on, 42. There we go. Okay. In the District of Columbia, Kamala Harris actually wins this one with establishment support. Kamala Harris with 8. Joe Biden with 6 delegates. Bernie Sanders with 2. Hang on, that math doesn't add up. 863. That math doesn't add up. Does it? Okay, whatever. Okay, now coming into the South, Tennessee. With a lot of these southern states, Kamala Harris, I think, actually can be competitive for the African American vote with Joe Biden, but ultimately I think she's going to come up short against Biden. A lot of these are on Super Tuesday, so let's go. Tennessee. Oh, this is wrong. Joe Biden wins 27 delegates. Kamala Harris wins 12 delegates. Bernie Sanders wins the rest. The state of Mississippi, 15 for Biden. 15 for Biden in Mississippi. 9 for Kamala Harris, splitting the African American vote and allowing Bernie Sanders to be competitive in Mississippi. Alabama, 23 for Biden. 23 for Biden. 10 for Sanders. The rest for Kamala Harris. Okay, in Florida, this is Joe Biden's powerhouse. 130 for Joe Biden. Rest for Bernie Sanders. Georgia, the state of Georgia, 44 for Joe Biden. So he actually wins in Georgia, 44. There we go, 44. 26 for Bernie Sanders. The rest for Kamala Harris. Okay, we can see the updated delegate count here. 1,565 before supers for Bernie Sanders, 1,501 before supers for Joe Biden, 538 before supers for Kamala Harris. We still have 2 more states that could make a difference. South Carolina, 38 delegates for Joe Biden. He wins big in South Carolina. Bernie Sanders with 16. Okay, Joe Biden really is closing the gap now. It all comes down to North Carolina. Obviously I have it as Joe Biden winning, but it really depends on if Bernie Sanders wants to carry the popular delegate count, he will need to lose by not much. Right now I have it as 68 for Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders at 38. So that math is actually different math to the one where I did the original one, 72 to 38. There we go. Okay, so final delegate count: 1619 for Bernie Sanders, 1611 for Joe Biden, 538 for Kamala Harris. If you're wondering if you've just skipped to the end of the video, that's fine. These states are grey because they all have ties between the two topmost candidates. Okay. So it all comes down to the superdelegates. 764 of them decide the nominee. So obviously this is the first round of voting. Second, since no one gets a majority, goes to superdelegates. Okay, superdelegates. I have it as 472 for Joe Biden. 472 for Joe Biden. 473 is close enough. Bernie Sanders at 195, because I think that some supers would actually support him given he got most votes from people. 195, 197 is close enough. Kamala Harris gets a bit of support there with 94. So, final count: 2084 for Joe Biden, 1816 for Bernie Sanders, 632 for Kamala Harris. That's it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Comment down your suggestions below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.